So came up here to Cypress Lake to shoot a show and trip with our friend Wesley Miller, Big Sasquatch. And so he had some customers he had to finish up with. And so anyway, we walked down to the boat to get in. I looked at the radar and I said, my gosh, it's a little bitty blip on the radar, really, really small. And all of a sudden we looked, I said, there's the wall of water. So we both turned around, came back to the Jeep, and he's in his truck right now. We're waiting to see if we're going to actually get a fishing trip in or not, because this little cell acts like it just wants to keep building in this exact same area. So we'll see. Obviously, we have a trip today, so stay tuned, and we will see what happens.
Got that feeling it's like he's gonna score. What a
it's another fish.
looks like a good hit. Good hit.
It's hard to imagine it was raining out here about 15 minutes ago.
It really is. We had a really, I've already come out, we're on Cypress Lake today, this afternoon. I've already fished with some clients this morning. So Patrick wanted to come out this afternoon and shoot some stuff. And he was right, 15 minutes ago, there was a rainstorm here. So we had to sit around for a little bit in the trucks, wait for it to quit. Now we're out here, we're gonna get back on the fish. We'll see if we can catch y'all some.
Okay, so what are we using out here today?
Today, real simple.
Yeah.
This time of year, you're in the hot part of the summer like this, your fish are primarily feeding on fry still. This is your real small minnows and all from where your brim spawn, your bass spawn, your shad spawn. So everything your fish are eating right now is little bitty. So I'm using a little 1.5 inch snacky lures in my signature Sasquatch color. And here on Cypress Lake, it's hard to beat that color. That color mimics your baby bass, your baby crappie, your baby brim. All of that green pumpkin with red flake is just a real effective color this time of year. And I always use everything. I tell everybody I always use a minnow-shaped head. I really think that makes a big difference in getting these finicky fish to bite. One of the things I like about Cypress Lake is Cypress Lake has great populations of both black and white crappie. So hopefully we're gonna catch some of both. Your black crappie seem to be more on your structure and maybe up on more shallow structure. And the fish we see that are closer to the bottom are on structure that is farther down the water column. That's where we're gonna catch our white crappie. So we're here, we're kind of on the creek channel. You can't see it, but out here in the middle of the lake, there's the creek channel. We're gonna be on the creek channel and following the creek channel along and finding the brush and catching the fish off the brush and the stumps, and then some of them will just be open water fish just out, not relating anything. So hopefully here in a few minutes, we're gonna show y'all some good fishing. That's kind of what we're doing today, and we're gonna go catch some fish.
Let's do it.
Here you can see the bait coming down. We'll stop it right above those fish and just reel it, see if we can get one to come out to it. Here it comes. And when you get one to follow it like that, you never slow it down, you just keep reeling. Sometimes they'll eat it, sometimes they will follow it back to the boat and not eat it. Like that one did. If you ever stop reeling, he will for sure not eat it. All right, so that one didn't eat it. But we're staying off the top and just trying to kind of catch a couple of them before we get too close to them. I didn't have that one thrown quite as far.
See, I'm not used to watching you cast. I'm used to watching you drop on top of.
I know.
It's also your rod today is not quite as long as
No, this
shorter one.
This is a 6.5 foot rod that Ozark has that's for casting like this. And just a lot of times, especially when you're fishing for black crappie, it's staying off of them, especially in the summertime whenever they're kind of finicky and don't want to eat anyway, is a good way to sometimes catch some good ones before you get close enough to really catch them with the long rod. That is a super nice black crappie. Got a pound. That's a great fish. But I was able to stay off those fish and just cast that small jig at it and swim them right by them, and they'll come up and eat it. And that top full of fish is still out there, and we haven't disturbed them at all. There's a good one. That one came right out of the top and ate it. A nice little fish. Not a big one, but he's a good eating size. These fish are real lucky today, though. I've already cleaned fish once.
Yeah, I know.
So they're getting thrown back. That'll be that fish's only opportunity to ever get out of my boat. It's a nice little fish. That's the biggest one in the world. He's a good little fish. We're going to catch a black-nosed crappie. And that is a relatively big one.
Yep.
But he's got that pronounced black racing stripe all the way down his back, and even his lips are got black on it. So that seems like every time we go fishing, we're going to catch one of those. It's a very unique fish. Nice big size too. That's a great fish. There you go. That's a good one. Nice fish. We're close enough to get him in net. Nice one. You got another one? Good fish. There you go. Nice fish. Not the biggest one in the world.
No.
He's a good eater. Nice little eating size fish. Catch a whole lot of giants out here, but those are good size.
You had how many this morning?
71.
Yeah.
On my setup in my boat, I have another graph up here that is nothing but maps. So on this map, you can kind of see the red lines on here are the old creek channel, and it runs along it pretty well. But sometimes it gets off of it. But I use this one strictly for maps. So as I'm going through my day of fishing, I can glance up here and I can see that I've got brush piles marked up here. So I know right where to go to catch my fish. You know, you can go back and forth on your screens, but it saves you a lot of time to have that extra screen up there, and that's what that's for. So I can look up here and know that right out here, we got some brush piles we're gonna get towards, and see if some of them have some fish on them. And that's one of the ways you can really save a lot of time, is by having the extra graph. Big one. Oh, nice fish. That's a pretty nice white crappie. Like I said, here on Cypress, when you get a little deeper and find fish that are hanging more towards the bottom, a lot of times that's what you're going to catch is these bigger white crappie.
As we are still in the summer heat, but as we start to slowly transition and maybe get some more cold fronts in here, maybe start to see changes in the water temperature and stuff, how's that going to change your crappie fishing up in here?
Actually, that's what really gets the fish starting to get them turned on. Just as the very moment your weather starts changing, your fish start developing eggs for the spring, and they start trying to get weight put on. So it's just one of those things that right when the summer gets over and the fall really gets here, your fish really change immediately with that first good cold stuff, and they really start trying to put on the pounds for getting their eggs ready for the spring. It starts in the first time it starts getting cooler. Are they as active for you though, fishing wise? Maybe not, because really and truly your crappie and all your fish, their metabolism is based on water temperature. So the hotter the water temperature, oh, that is a giant. The hotter the water temperature, the more that your fish have to eat to maintain their body weight. But that being said, oftentimes they won't chase your bait very far to eat it, so you really have to be accurate with your live scope. But they almost have to eat it because water temperature being high, their metabolism runs higher, and they just eat a lot in the summer. So summertime really is my favorite time for fishing, just because of that. Because the fish, when you find them and you present your bait to them correctly, they almost have to eat it.
Yeah.
So, and the summertime is whenever we usually have our more our weather patterns are more what's the word? Steady.
Yeah.
So you don't end up with a lot of real windy days or bad days. You just got the heat to deal with, and as long as you got an umbrella to put up and you're sure to drink plenty of water and all, you can usually do pretty good with the heat out here. Or I do.
Demonstration how you tie a hook.
No, I'm not. That's my fault because I wasn't sure how the monstrosity of an area because
I've watched your videos on TikTok quite a bit.
have you?
Yeah.
This is gonna be I've been in some big churches, but just the overall campus and stuff, I'm like, my Lord, I need to keep the kids around this place, you know. How's everybody doing tonight? Did everybody get full on catfish? Y'all sound like y'all did. Y'all sound like y'all might go to sleep now. I asked them a while ago, I said, y'all look like y'all done this a time before. You know, translated to Tennessee redneck that you know what to do. And we appreciate everyone to get in and boys for being here tonight. And when they told me that Ott DeFoe was here last year, I said, oh dear Lord, I got big shoes to fill now. And Ott and I are very good friends. I've known Ott for several years. We actually fished the FLW tour. We were on the tour together. Back when he fished FLW and I did too, and I came over to Bass in 2012. And man, guys, I just tell you, I've been blessed. Blessed beyond measure. The Bible, if you go to the book of Daniel or the book of Revelation, we are living in those last days. After I caught that fish, that Zebco was done. It was toast, okay? Now, you know you're a redneck when I didn't catch it no flat bottom, all right? I was sitting in the back end of my granddaddy's F-154 truck on a spare tire. That's redneck, all right? I got that fish in with a Zebco. It fired me up to fish. So let's fast forward. I start bass fishing. And when I started bass fishing, I said to myself, I can't bass fish with this 33. It ain't good enough. So I started saving up my allowance. Now, a lot of you kids this day and time, maybe y'all three do this, but most kids this day and time don't have to do chores around the house. I said, Daddy, I want you to think about something. And that's when I saw 14 years of life flashing before my eyes. Because I'm sitting here thinking, I don't know what's going to happen, but I'm sitting here thinking, between a whipping and being chewed out and being whipped by a belt, I'm thinking, you know, I'll get over those in about 30 minutes, so I ain't got nothing to lose. I said, Dad, I want you to think about all the money I've saved you in 13 years not having to buy me shoes. I confess, yes I did. So about that time, my mama hears what was being said. Mother walks in and she looks at Dad and she shrugged her shoulders. She said, what are you going to say to that? So Daddy kind of gave me another look and pulls out his wallet and he handed me a credit card. And he said, son, order that rod and reel, but I better not hear another word out of you all night. Mama said, son, she said, you know you and I are close, right? I said, yes, ma'am. She said, well, just be glad I didn't tell your dad the money you saved us in shoes, I had to buy you shorts because you walked holes in all yours. Thanks, Mom. I appreciate that.
How many you got in the bag?
I got 5 today.
Says he's got enough. You heard it here first. He's looking for 17-12. How about 20 pounds even on Championship Saturday? 57 pounds even. We'll say goodbye to Jacob. We'll see you in that check line. He's going to show them off. They keep raising the bar.
This was my first time coming up here and catching smallmouth. My first time catching smallmouth in general. Actually targeting them. It was a super fun week. Yeah, going to LSU Shreveport to fish there collegiately, hopefully make it professionally after that, and hopefully I'll be back here soon.
24 pounds, 3 ounces yesterday. How many in the bag today, Carson?
We got 5, but they're not much.
Got 5 more. Not much, he says. That means he's only got like 18, 5 in the bag today. We need 25, 15. Our limit today is going to weigh 16 pounds. 8 ounces going to move you to 14th place.
Yeah, no, it's cool to see that you're fishing against all those guys, people you look up to, and now you see you're fishing in a tournament against them. But no, it's cool to compete against those guys, and in order to get better and learn more, it's the kind of people you got to fish against. Getting to compete in high school, man, it teaches you everything about how to drive a boat, how to deal with a co-angler being in the boat. You got to know how to talk to people and have somebody else in your boat. But obviously it taught me a whole lot about the fishing side of things, and I think the biggest thing with the fishing side of things is learning how to practice. Coming to all these different fisheries across the country, learning how to practice, how to break a body of water down. I think that's the biggest thing that high school fishing has taught me, and obviously it helped me a lot here this week.
I'm just targeting these bigger fish. They're suspended down deep. Oh, that one smashed it when he hit it. That's, ooh.
Sure, it's a crappie.
Oh, it's a crappie. It's a great big one too. Oh man, for Cypress, between this one and that last one I caught, but these are really, really big fish to go bucket mouth on. It's a lucky fish today.
Yep.
They get to go. When you're catching crappie on brush piles like this or big schools of fish like this, is you're gonna catch the active fish pretty much right when you get there. And then after you've caught the active fish, the best thing you can do is move right on and find you some more fish. Here's some jig coming down right there. This also allows me to work the entire school instead of just dropping it down on one little part or whatever. I can really good fish. That's more likely going to be a big white crappie. I looked and I found those deep ones.
Yeah.
Say 13, 14 foot deep. That's what I'm always thinking.
He's been down.
He's self-relieved for it.
Well, if you're able to figure it out, obviously, we did make it out on the water for today. Had a nice little time, had a fun time as always with Wesley Big Sasquatch. If you want to book a trip to go fish with him, get it booked. You need to book it way in advance, folks. Because he is simply one of the best whenever it comes to crappie fishing. You don't want to miss out. Great day here on Cypress Lake. The weather cooperated. Looks like we got a few more little pop-up little showers trying to move in. So we are calling it a day, everybody. Once again, thanks for watching us. Book a trip with Wesley. Thank you for supporting us, and get out there and enjoy the great outdoors. You got that feeling. It's like, he's going to score. What a... Oh, it's another fish.